Are you visiting the UK for the first time? Or maybe just want to learn a few more tips before traveling to London? London quickly became one of our favorite cities with the seemingly endless attractions, great restaurants and pubs, and abundant shopping. The hustle and bustle of the city is contagious, but there are a few things to know before visiting London for the first time. Let's go! Probably the most important thing to know, they drive on the left. Drivers and cars are on the left side of the road here, which is the opposite of most countries around the world. It can be a little confusing sometimes, so to be safe, make sure you check both ways before crossing the street. Or look for the look left or look right indicators written on the crosswalks, so you know where to look. London is one of the most beautiful cities in the UK and one of the most popular cities in Europe. It's an extremely popular destination that attracts millions of visitors from all over the world. The busiest times to visit London are July and August, as well as European bank holiday weekends and school breaks. If you can, try to avoid these peak periods for fewer crowds and better prices. If you plan to see London during holiday season, it's best to avoid the main shopping streets on the weekends and the last days just before Christmas. A bonus tip for American visitors: since spring school holidays in Europe usually fall later than in the US, London is a great destination for spring break. It can also be very nice in June, when most European countries still have school. Let's also talk about tipping. In restaurants, the average tip is 10 to 15%, although you need to confirm that it hasn't automatically been added on your bill. You can add the tip to your credit card, but cash is preferred. Not all establishments pass on the tips paid on a card to the servers. You'll even see on some menus that all tips are given to the servers. You can tip the same 10 to 15% rate for taxis, but most people just round up or leave £1. Tip more if it's a long ride or the driver helps you with your luggage. You don't tip at the pub if you've ordered drinks from the bar. However, if you are getting table service, you'll want to tip. Public transportation is great. The prices are fairly reasonable for buses and the tube. Just remember that there is no cash on the buses. An Oyster card is your best bet and could save you up to 50% when compared to a single ticket. The daily cost maximum is £4.40 per day if you're only using buses and trams and use the same card for payment each time. If you were using single tickets or multiple forms of payment, you wouldn't benefit from this daily maximum. You could also use a contactless card, but read the guidelines for this option first to ensure that your credit card qualifies. Peak times are Monday to Friday from 6:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. and from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. If you use public transport to travel outside of these times, you'll save as the off-peak rate is much cheaper. London's black taxis are an institution and an icon for the city. They used to be very behind the times when it came to cost, environmental impact, safety, and convenience, but this all has changed in the past few years. The cost is now very similar to the other platforms. We have tons of electric cabs, and they are easily available through some apps. Obviously, the price you will pay for a taxi or Uber will vary significantly depending on how far you need to travel, if there's a fare surge due to high demand, the size of the car you need, and more. But if you've got a specific route that you want to get a roundabout price for, you can use Google Maps. One of the biggest mistakes that you can make when visiting London is to not plan your visit in advance. Starting with flights and accommodations and ending with London attractions and activities, booking in advance means more choice, better prices, and less time wasted queuing. Often, tickets for the main attractions are cheaper if booked online and at least a day in advance. If you want to go see a musical in London, however, book your theater tickets well in advance. So, these are the most important practical tips that you should know when traveling to London for the first time. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up and to click the subscribe button for more travel content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.